Hello guys, it's One Piece Day again. Welcome to my channel, and let's talk about One Piece manga chapter 1048, 20 years. In the previous chapter, as much eager as we are to see this fight come to an end, the little things that are going on besides the main battle between Luffy and Kaido are the ones that represent the motive behind the battle. All the samurai's cries and their motives say that this is not just to represent Luffy's fight with another villain. The stakes behind the fight are more than that. But before anything else, please click the bell, like, share, and subscribe to my channel, AnimeJack. Thank you. In One Piece chapter 1048 returns with the cover page. The cover page illustrates Cracker and Brulee. The siblings are concerned about the Germa invasion. Whereas the title of the chapter says 20 years. The chapters began where they left off last time. Begins its story content immediately where the previous issue left off. Luffy has told Momonosuke to move a Nagashima out of the way, who responds that it can't be done. He begins to say it's not possible but remembers his mother, father, and childhood sister as he hears a voice instill their confidence in his reviving the Kojiki clan. This seems to give Momonosuke the push he needs to do what must be done, as he begins pushing a Nagashima with his dragon form body. Meanwhile, Kaido and Luffy are staring each other down as they prepare to attack one another. The former reminds the latter that Wano's hero burned to death 20 years ago, as his body ignites into a blaze. The new technique, called Flaming Drum Dragon, allows Kaido to cover his body with flames so hot that part of the skull dome is ignited and melted from contact. He tells Luffy that this has been a lawless land since Odin's death and that the people have waited all this time for you saviors to show up. Kaido then tells him that his right hand won't come crashing down because he'll vaporize it. He responds by mocking Kaido before prepping his attack and remembering boss Hyogoro teaching him to use Ryuo for contactless attacks. As a result, his hand won't be vaporized, letting Luffy launch his attack confidently without worry. The two then launch their offensives, Luffy's being a Gum Gum Bujrung gun and Kaido's being a Rising Dragon Blazing Bagua. The former's attack references Bujrung Bali, the Hindu monkey god who was potentially the inspiration for Sun Wukong. The kanji used for Luffy's attack means Monkey King, further establishing the monkey deity motif for him. Shifts perspective to inside the skull dome, where Usopp and Hamlet are seen resting with Kinemon and Okaku. Apparently, the former dropped the latter unintentionally and apologizes for it while pleading for them to be alive. Meanwhile, other samurai throughout the castle are seen cheering for Luffy, saying they're counting on him to finish Kaido for good. As one samurai shouts that their nightmare won't end until the latter is driven from Wano, Kawamatsu begins to flash back to the day of Odin's execution. His flashback begins immediately after Odin's death when he and the other retainers begin running for their lives. Orokai, meanwhile, tells Kaido that they'd only go to one place right now, and that's to Kuri to protect Momonosuke's life as the heir of the Kojiki clan. Kaido says he'll deal with Odin's child himself. At this moment, the citizens of Wano seem to rush Kaido, begging him for mercy and asking them to stop hunting the Kojiki clan. In return, however, the Beast Pirates captain swings his kanabo, injuring the group without hesitation. Orokai, meanwhile, orders the beast pirates to shoot any vermin that dares defy their shogun. Shows Odin Castle in flames, where unknown voices discuss Toki Kojiki being confirmed dead in Bakura town. One of the voices says no one else was seen fleeing the ruins of Odin Castle, causing the other to seemingly cheerfully exclaim that the Kojiki line is officially dead. Orokai and Kaido, meanwhile, confront the daimyos of Udon, Ringo, Hakumai, and Kibi, asking whether they'll cooperate or try to wage war. They respond that their answer is obviously the latter, refusing to recognize a shogun that isn't a Kojiki. In a panel mirroring the Akazeya 9 confronting Kaido, the four men and their soldiers valiantly rush a dragon form Kaido. However, a few burrow breaths from Kaido seem to completely wipe out their forces, as Orokai laughs and says it would be an insult to call them samurai. One of the combatants curses Orokai for having Kaido backing him, while another tells him to be quiet since the shogun has ears everywhere. The enslavement of Wano is then shown, with presumably Orokai ordering unseen soldiers to track down every able-bodied young man and bring them to the weapons factories. He continues, saying the entire country will become a weapons factory as shots of families being torn apart and waters being polluted are seen. A polluted, desolate Wano is seen as a mother and child curse, crops not growing and there being nothing to eat. Meanwhile, men are being worked to death in the prisons, as they're taunted that no one is coming to save them. The men, meanwhile, continue to put their faith in Lady Toki's words. Orokai then mocks some citizens for eating defective smiles out of hunger before saying the rest of Ebisu town should follow suit in a cruel joke. He specifically points out how their bellies will stay empty, but as their loved ones die, all they'll be able to do is laugh. He calls it the perfect fate for this country's pests as Kawamatsu's flashback ends. The ending of this flashback into the present-day Orokai, who is one fire and cursing Hiri Kojiki. As he's engulfed in flames in his devil fruit Zoan form, he says he's taking her with him and that she shouldn't have underestimated the Kurozumi clan's wrath. He says he'll see her in hell and that they can drink together down there, as an unknown person draws their sword while commenting on things getting out of hand. Denjiro appears and slices Orokai's head, hopefully killing off the shogun for good this time. That immediately follows show happy Wano citizens at the fire festival, as one sky lantern reads, "Please make Orokai disappear." These are followed by a stern-looking Denjiro, followed by panels showing Orokai's head dropping, Komurasaka's relieved expression, and more Wano citizens at the fire festival. Shows a shot of two legible sky lanterns, one of which reads "Free us from this hell" and the other "Give me a sip of clean water." Luffy and Kaido beginning their clash, as the two stare each other down in the chapter's final. That's all for today, Animaniacs. Thanks for watching. See you again next time for another One Piece episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for weekly updates.